the earlier influences of film for me was through my father. He used to take me to theaters. Films like Hollywood films like obviously the popular films like Jurassic Park, E.T. and Independence Day, all those films. And also there was a connection in terms of my family. My grandfather, he was an author and also he was into theatre. So probably that influence is there. But one of the first films which really moved me was Forrest Gump. So I still remember when we were growing up, initially in initial years, we had only DD1 and DD2. So first time when cable TV came, we got hold of channels like Star Movies and HBO. There I saw Forrest Gump and I really liked the narrative and the character of Forrest. So probably that was one of the, as a film if you can say, Forrest Gump was one of the first films that really influenced me. Not really, it's like very interesting. My thing, how I came to cinematography. So my background is that of interior design and architecture. So I was going through a phase where I was stuck in a loop where I was working in offices where we were designing the same apartments and building spaces. So I was getting really bored. So I wanted to shift out of it and try to do something different. So my original idea was to shift from interior design to art direction, which is the logical choice because both are related with space. And so I was working in an office called eSpace in Calcutta. And then I left my office and I started applying. I applied for FTI in art direction, but unfortunately that particular year FTI was a 0 year, so there was no intake. But then since I had left my job, so I thought okay, might as well I give it a chance in SRFTI, and SRFTI doesn't have an art direction course. So by that time I was doing a bit of photography. So I thought okay, let's try in cinematography. And I knew that I won't get through in cinematography in SRFT. This will be more like a idea of how the question papers are. So that my idea was next year actually to apply for art direction in FTA in the next year. But fortunately, you can say that I got through in my first attempt in SRFT in camera, and that's how I came to cinematography. So kind of by chance. Training for the first training obviously started as a course preparation for SRFTI since I don't come from any film background. So as I told, my father was into theatre but nothing related with camera and films. So I was very nervous before applying or when I was preparing for SRFTI entrance exam. So I joined a small photography course. I learned the basics of DSLRs and all those things. So that was my first step. And then I knew that the entrance exam of SRFT also will be very tough. So what I used to do is I used to randomly call people, cinematographers who were there in Calcutta that time, and ask random cinematographers to call by getting their numbers and ask for tips. And I still remember once what happened, I got hold of somebody's number, and since he was not picking the call, I directly went to his home without any prior information, and he was like surprised. And then I just knocked his door and told that I want some guidance as to how to enter a film school. And then I realized that he's not even a cinematographer; he was a sound person. But then Shumitabo Roy, his name was, and he's very senior from FTI. But then he really guided me. His guidance helped. And then after that, film school happened, and now you can say the preparation is in many ways. You read magazines, you watch films, and also the physical preparation also, like you have to, as a cinematographer, you prepare yourself by staying physically fit also. So yeah, always preparations. One of my first independent fiction projects, you can say, was through a junior. Again, very interesting way how I got this project. There was this young guy who used to come to SRFTI and he was applying for direction course in SRFTI, but he was not getting through. So I was guiding him how to get through in the subsequent years, but he was not getting through. So I proposed his name as a production manager in NFDC. So So he joined NFDC as a production manager, and he was working. And that time only he had told that I am also thinking of making a film myself as a director. So whenever I get the funds, then I want you to shoot that film. So after probably a couple of years, he actually got the fund and he approached, and that's how one of my first films happened. I'm right now not so much experience that I'm in a position to choose and reject a script. So it's too early for me to really choose and not choose a script. But of course, yeah. Right now, the kind of content that is coming over, mostly I find most of the films and web series most of them are going in one particular direction, more of like, as we were discussing, thrillers and crime drama and all. So yeah, and even I'm getting last couple of years, I'm getting scripts which are again on the same line. So obviously, if given a choice, I will like to have a script which is more character driven, where there's more depth, and not like the typical blood and gore movies and web series that's coming every day. So something different from that, probably more drama based. But yeah, again, as I told, too early for me to again tell particularly that I don't want to do this film because I don't like the script. Yeah. It's obviously a combination of both. If you have intuition, then it really helps, to set the frame and all. Like in my case, I feel since my background is that of interior design and architecture, so that really helps me to judge a space and choose the correct angle from where I can shoot. So those kind of things are a bit intuitive. But at the same time, it obviously has to be learned because there's so much of aspect to cinematography, the technical aspects, those definitely you have to learn. So I feel, and then there are a lot of things which you learn through experience. Like every film that I work on, the mistakes that I make, through them I learn more. So yeah, it's a combination of intuition and probably experience, practice, everything. That's how we learn. Latest project, I shot a feature film in Assam. Assamese film it is. It's a very interesting script. It's basically it's a father and son relationship where the father is, a very very kind of a strict person, over strict probably, and so he has two sons. So the film is from the perspective of the younger son and how both the son and even the mother, they are very terrified of the father. And the backdrop is, and it's a period film, and the backdrop is of 70s of Assam, where you had all the so there was this huge Assam movement which happened, which was kind of linguistic also, between Assamese and Bengali people who were shifting to Assam, and also it got a religious angle also, that movement that happened in late 70s in Assam. Obviously Hindu-Muslim things also happened. So this is the backdrop of the film, but the main story is about the father and son relationship. So it's a very interesting story. I seek inspiration from, I think, every corner of life aspect. Like if I follow a bit of sports also. So when I see sports stars, how they develop themselves, how they have career-threatening injuries, but still they come out of it. So those are things which you look forward to. How much of grit a person has. So that is something in general in life I take inspiration from. Sometimes I take inspiration from my mother also, the way she has led her life. And in terms of my core department, cinematography, obviously the people whom I have assisted and learned by assisting, like Anil Mehta sir, Rafa Mahmood sir. So how, when you observe how they are tackling situations, because filmmaking is quite tricky. So on the set, how they are tackling very tricky situations, that also gives me kind of experience and inspiration. Okay, yeah, if he can handle it that way, then I should also learn and try to handle it that particular way, probably. Yeah. Dream project as such, but as I told that when I was young, my father used to take me to those theaters where I used to see this huge Bollywood films like Jurassic Park and all those things. So if given a chance, I would like to go and see all those studios, the famous Universal Studios and all. And if again given a chance, I would like to work under those scenarios there and see how the way the Hollywood industry works, probably. Right now, there are a couple of meetings happening, and also one more film, Mom 2. That film is supposed to start in the next month. So yeah, and apart from that, some meetings which are happening. Thankfully, I don't remember doing a major blunder, but obviously small mistakes happen. Like I remember once I was assisting Rafael also, and in Ladakh probably we were shooting, and there were some glitches that had come in the camera. I saw the monitor, probably I felt there was some glitch, but the day of the shoot was so hard, and we had so many shots to cover. There was so much pressure from the production direction, all this department. I was very new in the industry, so I saw that glitch, but I was very afraid to tell it to sir. Okay, there was a glitch in the camera, but yeah, later on when we were in the post, then again the glitch came. So yeah, that was you can say there's a mistake or a blunder that happened. So what I learned from that is, even if there's something you see on the set, it's better to tell off there on the set directly that time. Better to not hold it back. So yeah, there are a lot of young cinematographers. They call me to assist or something like that. So for me, I definitely have an advice for them. The first and foremost thing is, if you're coming to the film industry, don't get struck by the glamour and glitz. That's not the only aspect. And also, if you feel that you're very good with photography and you're talented, then you are going to join cinematography. That also should not be the case. Like, it's not only about talent. If you're coming to the film industry, I think it's a combination of talent and also perseverance, hard work, patience, and man management skills. So your man management skills should be top of the line. You want to survive in the industry. And right now, the way what I can see and observe, right now the way the industry is moving, as a cinematographer, you should treat yourself like a sports person. Like, you should be that fit also physically. So it's a combination of the mental aspect where you train yourself to be patient and how to deal with people, and also the physical aspect. So yeah, these are the advice. Book, I have started reading the Mahabharata again, just to get some insight in general. Music, no particular music in general. I like listening to old Hindi film music. Kishore Kumar obviously is one of my favorites. Music and film, I last saw, I think there's this series called Ripley's. So it came out sometime back. I saw that. I really liked it. Something different. The cinematography wise also, I felt it's different. The frames and the way it was shot. It's a black and white thing. I really liked this film. It came a couple of years back, 12th Fail. Vinod Chopra, he has made this film. So I really liked it.